A river that changed the course of history, every wave carrying empires and mysteries. This is not just a river, also the very breath of civilization. Here, the Nile was revered as divine, and here, countless empires have sunk into oblivion. So, let us take you into the story of this river. This is the Nile River, one of the longest rivers in the world. Born deep within the heart of Africa, it flows north to merge with the Mediterranean, a river carrying the endless flow of life. The Nile is not just a river, it is an endless history, a grand epic. The Egyptian civilization, with its agriculture, economy, and religious beliefs, was built around this river. From distant mountain springs, this river has journeyed through deserts, forests, and countless settlements. After crossing thousands of kilometers, it has reached the north. Along the banks of the river, there stand numerous temples. These temples stand facing the river as if they themselves are its worshippers. The smoke of prayers, the shadows of stone walls, and the gentle chanting together create a mystical atmosphere. On the calm surface of the river, the little structures create a spellbinding charm along both its banks. Some say these were places of prayers for travelers, while others believe they were resting marks for the working people. The Nile stretches for a total length of 6,650 kilometers, a river so vast. It touches the lives of 11 different nations across the earth. Morning in Cairo, where the gentle light of the rising sun paints the sky with a golden touch. The buildings are slowly beginning to receive light of the sun. The mix-up Egypt's tradition and modern life is clear. The city is coming to life, and the street shops are waking up. The Nile flows through the city with urban areas spreading on both sides. The cultural Nile Bridge has maintained the connection between the two banks. It was built in 1930. The bridge has lion statues on each side. This bridge connects other parts of the city with Tahrir Square and Jamalek Island. Below, the famous Nile River gently flows at its own pace, carrying the history of the land along. The Nile is not only the lifeline of Egypt, but also deeply connected with its history and religion. In the Holy Quran, it is described, when Prophet Musa alayhi salam was a child, he was set afloat on the Nile to be saved from the Pharaoh of Egypt. It was the Pharaoh's wife who eventually rescued him. Therefore, by the will of God, Prophet Musa alayhi salam was saved. In the Bible, it is also mentioned that by the order of Pharaoh, Moses was thrown away. There is also the mentions of the Nile's water turning red, which is described as a punishment from God. The same story is also found in the Hebrew Tanakh, where the history of the river is connected with Prophet Moses and Pharaoh. This is the Nile River of that very history, flowing with the whisper of ancient tales. Salah al-Din Citadel. It has stood for nearly 750 years. It was built to protect the city of Cairo from the attacks of the Crusaders, being the strong defensive system that could ensure the security of this city. Stones from the pyramids of Giza were used in the construction of these fortresses, which has further enhanced the historical significance of this site. It was used as the official headquarters of Egypt's rulers for over 700 years. In ancient times, the cities of Egypt, especially Alexandria and Cairo, developed along the Nile River. Therefore, Salah al-Din Qaitbay was built. On one side flows the Nile River, and on the other stretches the vast Sahara Desert, where the land cracks open under the scorching heat of the sun. Waves of sand spread across the horizon like an endless sea. This was once the green forested region of Fayum. In the heart of vast desert, it was like a small green oasis. Isn't it astonishing to think this is that very place? Fayum was once nourished by the canals of the Nile, but with the passage of time, it has once again transformed into a desert. Along the banks of the Nile, near the city of Aswan, stands a unique structure, the Aga Khan Mausoleum. This mausoleum, built from the reddish stones of the desert, glimmer from afar. On one side, the river reflects shades of deep blue, while on the other, the golden suns of the desert stretch endlessly. The tomb, poised between the two, seems to breathe life into Egypt's ancient contrasts. The Nile springs forth from two main tributaries. The White Nile, originating from the lands of Uganda and Sudan, and the Blue Nile, whose water descends from the mountainous regions of Ethiopia. These two rivers merge to form Khartoum, the capital of Sudan, giving rise to the mighty and majestic Nile. It then flows northward, cutting through the heart of Egypt, and finally merges into the Mediterranean Sea. Egyptian historian Herodotus once said, "Egypt is the gift of the Nile." One of the world's great wonders, the pyramids of Egypt. When we gaze upon the pyramids, it feels as if they are standing atop the silent sands of the desert. But the true reality is that the life entity of these colossal pyramids belongs to the mighty Nile itself. The ancient capital of Egypt, Memphis, was to breathe on the west bank of the Nile, and around this grand capital, the enormous pyramid complex was built. Without the Nile, imagining such monumental constructions would have been a fool's paradise. This river served as the main route for transporting stones. From the city of Aswan in southern Egypt, granite stones, and from various parts of Nile Valley, limestone blocks were brought along the river. During the flood season, when the river swelled, massive stone blocks could be easily loaded onto boats and transported to the banks of Giza. From there, slipways were constructed, over which the stones were dragged to the pyramid construction sites. The Nile, like a blue vein drawn across the face of the earth, flows through the heart of Africa's deserts, carrying life for thousands of years. Times have changed. The names of the pharaoh are unknown to today's generation. But the river flows on in the same rhythm as ever. Its waters still catching the evening light in the same way. Thousands of years have passed. Kings have vanished. Temples have crumbled into ruins. Yet the Nile continues to flow, silent, steady, and alive.